All right, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else in between, welcome back to another Saturday night session where we talk about what happened last week and what is to come this upcoming week. So, as you can see from our latest Saturday update, this week actually finished the opposite of our last map, right? So we're looking at the S&P 500 map here, and practically every single sector went green, albeit it wasn't massive amounts, but most of them are more than 1% green, and green is green at the end of the day. So you can see how in technology we got a pretty big jump in Microsoft, pretty good jump in consumer electronics, Apple over here. The only real red, if anything, is actually Disney. Disney did get a little screwed over, and you can check that out when you look up their stock and see what their news is. And I'm going to show you how I do that. The financial departments are pretty nice and green. Everything else is actually starting to recover. But one other thing that got hit really hard this last week was Bitcoin. So in this episode, I want to talk to you about some of these altcoins that you might have heard about throughout the internet. Oftentimes sounds very confusing. You're not sure how to buy them. You're not even sure where they're found, and it often looks just very scammy and scary. And it often feels like you're going to put money into it and then just have the money disappear, and that can be really scary. But at the same time, there's such a huge incentive to investing money into them, because the amount of money you can get back for even investing just a measly $100 that I even had when I was 16. You know, one birthday and boom, you had a good like $300-400 on you from all your family members and whoever else that might have given you something. So just by investing $100 in some altcoin that just happens to blow up, you can come back with a good $20,000 or much more depending on whatever happens. So we're going to take a look at some of that too. First off, I want to jump over to Webull and show you where I look up my news. So right now you can see Bitcoin way below 50K, way below 50K. Like we were at one point, we had reached a good, really high. You can see the highest has been $64,900. Ever since that point, it has gone down, and now we're looking at it at 48,400. That's a huge dip, which basically tells you excitement, you can buy in now. But what actually happens? So you see on the bottom here, this part may actually often be gone. Now you don't need to have a Webull account to actually be looking at all these things, and you can just go online. You don't need to sign in. As you can see, I'm not logged in on the top left, so you can just open up Webull and then just punch in whatever stock you want to look at. You get to get a full analysis of it, some stats on the right side, other things. So when you click on this arrow right here on the bottom to click show, you get to see all their news topics. Now I'm blocking it right now, so let me actually move myself over to the other side, and there you go. As you can see all the different news titles of what's been happening. I already opened a couple things up to share and talk to you guys about. So first thing we have here, boom, Bitcoin plunges as Tesla halts Bitcoin payments over environmental concerns. Now, a lot of people have said that's just bullshit. That was not the reason this entire halt occurred. This is clearly, as many have said, mind games, right? So an already down day for Bitcoin turned into a rout Wednesday evening, with leading cryptocurrency dropping to its lowest point in almost 3 weeks after Tesla CEO Elon Musk said the electric car company will discontinue accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment due to environmental concerns. So what was his actual tweet? This is it. Bitcoin, let me open it up so we can actually see the full tweet. So here we are. Maximize. So it says Tesla has suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. We are concerned about rapidly increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining and transactions, especially coal, which has the worst emissions of any fuel. Cryptocurrency is a good idea on many levels, and we believe it has a promising future, but this cannot come at great cost to the environment. Tesla will not be selling any Bitcoin, and we intend to use it for transactions as soon as mining transitions to a more sustainable energy. We are also looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy transaction, aka Dogecoin, right? Or Dogecoin as people are supposed to call it, but I love calling it Dogecoin. So that being said, you can see Elon Musk tweets all day, every day, right? There's stuff happening all the time. He continued, he replied to himself showing energy usage trends, right? So you can see Bitcoin electricity consumption, upper bound consumption much higher, than what we would want it to be. So all in all, the point is it's really bad. And people have been, of course, asking him all kinds of things, right? Yo, you bought Bitcoin. Did you know this before buying Bitcoin? Or are you now, shaming something after you already made your millions and millions of gains out of it already? right? There's a whole scheme out there that, yeah, maybe he's doing all this now because he already got what he needed out of Bitcoin. He bought it, he sold it. He couldn't really use it to show massive profits per se because it wasn't really profit. It's not like sales or something. It was more of a investment that gave him money back, and he used it, of course, in his quarterly report of Tesla, but not really. He couldn't. But hey, he made a lot of money off of it, and then now he wants to say that it's not good for the environment. But this didn't just happen. This was there before too, when he put money into it and when he bought it. So, you know, a little bit of irony there, a little bit of hypocrisy there. But of course, at the same time, you can see that very last sentence is saying he's looking at other currencies, and we all know what other currency Elon Musk looks at, right? Dogecoin. So that being said, of course, as soon as this happened, a lot happened to all the different cryptocurrencies. But overall, you know, they all kind of plummeted. They all plummeted, and what we saw is right here. So let's take a look at what's been happening. So let me make sure I'm not in the way. So you can see Ethereum Classic today, right? If we look at it over the 1 week period, basically it had reached about 113 May 14th, and then boom, it's just started going downwards. And even ever since May 10th, it pretty much just plummeted, right? This is Ethereum Classic, and then here we can see Bitcoin, right now, just looking pretty down low over the month. The 1 week map will show you a better analysis of just how the week has been in general, if it ever loads. Same thing here when we're looking at Ethereum today. You know, I don't know how this thing just happened right now, this little big jump, but it came back down, right? So over the 1 week, as you can already see, it's been pretty negative, just been going downwards. If this is ever gonna load, we'll see. Litecoin, same kind of thing. You know, everyone's down. You can see this was actually almost approaching 400 at one point, and now it's here at 310. So that's not looking too good. And here we have Dogecoin, which I kind of put money back into very recently after taking my gains and just playing around. I was like, hey, let's take a look at what's happening here. And of course, I saw this moment right here. You can see this big jump upwards. It was also, of course, down. It was down for the longest of time. And then there was this one day here that it went from 37 cents to all the way to 48 cents. And I was like, oh, that's an 11-cent jump. You know, depending on how much money you put into it, 11-cent jump is something that could even be $20,000 for you. So when I saw that, I was like, all right, this is looking like something I need to start picking up more of around the 50-cent price line. So I put in a little bit into it just to pick up at the 53-cent range, which is pretty high. If this continues to go down a little bit more, I'm looking forward to grabbing more of it at under 50 cents. But after this entire thing, you know, after everything that happened, Dogecoin, you can see here, Dogecoin price surged 40% higher. And that's something that occurred after Elon Musk kind of shitted on Tesla. You know, that was the gameplay that was kind of happening there. So Bitcoin plunged, you know, a lot of things that people were not too happy about, because of course when Bitcoin plunges so suddenly and you're not ready for that, you lose a lot of money. And we talked about this in our last episode. You know, what should you do when your stock is suddenly, or if you're crypto, mostly crypto is going to do this, is suddenly just taking a downhill plunge? Don't sell, right? If you, for whatever intuitive reason, sold already at a good high and then it started plunging, then you're already king. You're fine. There's nothing for you to cry about because you don't have money in it, and you'll actually be like, wow, I'm so happy I got rid of it. Very lucky, very lucky. But if you didn't and you took the downward hit with it, then it's not, remember the term, it's a tax term, realized gains, right? Similarly, you have realized losses. It's not a loss until you have accepted the loss by actually selling it at a cheaper price, right? So if you have been a victim of this plummet, then of course you'll be a little sad about it. You're not going to be super excited. You're not going to be throwing a party. But it's not a realized loss until you sell it. So don't sell. At that point, do not sell. You know, if your crypto suddenly plummets, and we're talking about not the altcoins, but the kings, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, these guys, and maybe those is starting to come part of this team too now. Then when these guys plummet, you just hold, because you know at some point they're going to come back up. You know, there's no point in getting rid of it. If you get rid of it, you realize the loss and it becomes a reality, and then you're just like, wow, I lost a lot of money. And all for what? You were holding it at such a high price for all this time, and as soon as it went down, you sell? No, you do not sell like that. Remember, buy the dip, right? You buy when it goes down, sell high. Buy low, sell high. That's the rule of the game. That's it. You never sell low. there's only like maybe 1% chances of there being a really legitimate reason for selling low. You know, it's just not something you do. You know, Bitcoin's gonna come back up eventually, so just chill. And if you have money to invest, pick up more. You know, just pick up more and just relax, because you don't sell low. You do not sell low. I mean, just look at what happened with Dogecoin, right? Dogecoin actually did. If we go back to it real quick, so a lot of people that were holding it, right? Let's look at the daily trend, kind of, sort of, and I want to go back to right here. Okay, so a lot of people who were holding it right here this day, which is you know, May 7th right here, when the whole SNL thing was going to happen, they sold at this peak right here, somewhere around the 70s, you know, 71, 72, 73. They sold. They got out of it. After that, it started falling, and a lot of people were selling as it was falling before, you know, before it got even lower than this big candle here. People got rid of it before it sank too much, and then it's kept sinking. Some people were holding and being strong, and it kept sinking. And look at what happened. If you sold at this candle where it was sinking too low, but you were like, okay, no, this is getting too scary now, let me sell, let me just get rid of it, then look at what you missed out on, because after it dipped from here, so you see here it's like about 48, 49 cents. It came back. You see this red candle got made up for by this green candle. It just always will come back up, right? And then it went even higher than that, and today we're doing pretty nice. You know, if we look at it by the hour for today, we're doing pretty nice. You know, it's starting to go back. It's up to 52 cents. So if you sold at anything below 54 cents in this little period over here, way back in on that day we were looking at, on the SNL day, if you sold at under 52 cents at any time, then you just lost a lot of money for no real reason. You know, because you might have been really high up and then it came back down. And it's very sad to see those unrealized gains to disappear, but it's not something you want to make a reality by actually taking the hit and selling. You know, just hold and relax and enjoy. Right, so Musk has doggy on a leash. Is he a manipulator? Right, this is something that a lot of people are talking about. Now, of course, SEC wouldn't like that, right? This is actually kind of sort of illegal when you're openly telling, you know, mass media, hey, let's all do this, and then everyone does it together. That's not something that you're supposed to do. That's not okay. So Elon Musk and Tesla have had uniquely outsized influence on price movements for Bitcoin and Dogecoin in recent days and weeks, and it's starting to become something of concern. Now, of course, we, the general media, the general public, I mean, are enjoying it, but courts and the SEC are not really going to be a fan of this. No individual should be guiding the way the market moves, right? And of course, 2021 has been the year that the market is the most unique it's been in the longest of times. When, you know, right from the beginning of the year, we had GameStop and AMC things that happened. So, you know, enjoy it while it's happening. And that brings me now to the topic of what else is there to enjoy. Well, we can now enjoy things that are happening on the altcoins, which are some of these other tabs I have open here, right? Altcoins are doing some really interesting things, and I wanted to introduce to you guys what they're about, and I'm going to make a video about this later on this week to talk about what they can do for you, right? So let me show you some of the things that I'm kind of playing around with. So right here I have in my Coinbase account, we're looking at Cardano, right? It's ADA. Cardano is a blockchain platform built on a proof of stake consensus protocol that validates transactions without high energy costs. These altcoins, as you could tell already, the whole energy cost thing is here. Right, these altcoins often start off, if we look at it the whole month or even a whole year, you can see how they start off. Right, this trend is looking a lot like whatever happens with Dogecoin. Right, they can be at under a penny. You see here 0.08, under a penny, and you see from, let's say you bought a shit ton of it way back here in June. By now it's worth $2.30. You know, you see how much it's up, 4,478% in a year, ever since the year, because a year ago it was worth 0.05 cents. You know, so this is kind of what's happening with these things. So I have a little bit invested into here. You know, I'm holding some of it and I'm just enjoying it, just trying to see what happens, because this is the thing now, right? This is the thing now. There's countless YouTube videos out there where people are talking about, hey, buy this, buy that, buy Shiba Inu, buy FEG, buy whatever. And people are very confused about where to buy most of them. Very few of them are actually on Coinbase. So that's somewhat of an easy transaction to do. You make your Coinbase account, you connect it to your bank, you upload money, and then you go ahead and buy whatever you want to buy. So Cardano is on it, right? That's something that if you are interested in, you can go ahead and buy. Other things are to be bought on things like Uniswap, right? So you're going to see right here, for example, this is what it looks like when you go on the Uniswap website. Now, Uniswap is a decentralized trading protocol. This is just another online program for you to go ahead and actually buy all kinds of coins. So if you click on Uniswap on the top right, this pops up. Now what you're supposed to do here is you're supposed to click connect wallet, and then when you do that, you'll get something that looks a lot like this, right? Where you're gonna see you have the whole connection to your wallet. This is over here showing you my Coinbase wallet code here. And Coinbase wallet is gonna do its thing and let you go ahead and exchange shit, right? So now to exchange shit, you could just pick whatever you want to get. And you see the list of coins here, some of which of course you've never even heard of, right? You've never even really heard of them. You pick whichever one you want to buy, right? And then you pick whatever you're gonna pay with from your Coinbase wallet, and then just click buy or swap, you know. So right now, when I have it like this, it's to sell my Kishu. I've put money into Kishu right here, Kishu Renew. It's one of the newer, you know, every month, as you can tell lately, there's going to be a new coin that is, you know, some people are trying to buy or whatever. So I am taking my investment to Kishu Renew over here, and I used USDC from my Coinbase wallet to go ahead and buy it, right? So that's kind of what you're seeing here, and that's all you do here. You just pick what you're going to pay with, pick the coin that you want to, or token you want to buy, and then just click swap, and it'll connect to your Coinbase wallet app on your phone or even online or whatever you want to do, and you click accept, and boom, it's done. It's very straightforward, very easy. So Kishu Renew right now, look at how much it's worth. So you can see why this is so incentivized. Imagine this 1 becomes 2, right? So that's 7 zeros right there. So if it becomes 702, that would double the investment right there, because that's literally double. And then when it becomes 704, that's another double. And if this ever even goes to 709, that would be 9 times for the investment, right? And this is kind of stuff that will be what you're hoping for. You know, you're hoping it'll get to that point. You put your money into it, whatever you want to put into it, whether it's $100, $200, whatever amount you feel comfortable with, and then just enjoy it, right? It's just something you let it sit there. You check on it whenever you feel like it, and one day you pray that this might be hopefully a huge jump up, right? Now beware of those people that are gonna be like, oh, if it hits even 1, if it becomes a penny worth, well, this is never gonna become a penny worth. It's never gonna become 0.01 cents. There's a reason it's worth 0.7 zeros and a 1, okay? Because it's actually spread out really thin, really thin. There's the market cap is, look at this, it says NA, and this is spread out really thin. So it would take, you know, even look at the circulating supply. Do you see this number here? There are so many coins, you would have to buy all the coins to have a significant shift, and there are not that many people buying it. There are people buying it, and a lot of people will be investing into it. Not too long ago, actually, something really cool happened, and this is what kind of caught my eye. If you Google Kishu Inu Times Square, you get to see this really interesting thing that occurred. Kishu Inu live in Times Square. This is day. So this here is just literally like yesterday, May 14th. Look at that right there. You see the Kishu Inu logo, $ Kishu. Right here in New York, Times Square. Wonderful. Yeah, this is legit. There's also this one over here, right? So this is really like probably one of the most expensive advertisements you can get in all of New York, and that's freaking awesome, right? So that's how you know that there's going to be some hype for it for sure. Another place you can go to buy coins and stuff like that is this Gateio. Now there's infinite places. Over here you can see I'm holding this coin called gum. You know, I put a little bit into here and I'm just gonna let it sit, and you never know what's gonna happen. Not too long ago, I had the idea of investing into FEG. I was like, let me get FEG, because if you look at FEG, this is gonna be really, you know, it got me really sad when I saw it. Now it's actually gone. This is kind of what happens. So let's find it. Let's find FEG. This FEG token. So FEG did this amazing thing where it was basically today it's down 11.59%. So basically it's quote unquote dead, right? It's a gorilla guy. This thing, you can see these green candles here, and let's make this week. Let's look at it over a week. So I will let you know that these what do you call it? These websites aren't exactly the most effective. They're not the best, but it was up almost 2,000%. It was up huge time, and basically I missed it. Now that's something that's very important. You need to accept it when you miss out. That's a big mistake you can make with these altcoins. You know, if you missed it, you missed it. Accept that you missed out and just chill and wait and relax and buy something later on. Right? There's infinite coins, and how you're gonna figure out which one you're gonna get is something that's completely up to you. You know, completely up to you. Oftentimes, what I do for most of these is I look to see, have they already had their massive green candles? Have they already have it? Because clearly you didn't miss it if you bought this like way back over here somewhere, right where my mouse is right now. You didn't miss it if you bought it here either. But at this point, you missed this. You already missed this big jump, right? Missed big jump from here being 0.0011 to all the way over here being 0.0042. That's a 4-time increase almost. All right, and then it again, after it reached that, everyone took their gains and just sold it, right? And then now there might be a round 2 at some point. Will it go back up again? Maybe, maybe not. Would I buy this right now? No. Right, so that's kind of thinking you want to be very comfortable doing. You got to be very careful. It's very easy to just have all your money just disappear, because these are not things that are going to sink and one day come back. The same application doesn't go here, right? The same way we were talking about Bitcoin. If your Bitcoin sank, you just hold it. There's no point in realizing that gain and selling. But these things, that doesn't apply here. All right, so these are some things that have been happening, and you should really look into it. Let me know if you want me to make more videos about these altcoins, buying it, how to sell it, what to do about it, stuff like that, how they work, how to keep up with all of them. I can keep you guys up to date on them too. So if this is something that you're interested in, let me know. I'd love to make more videos on it. And any other things that you've been thinking of that have happened last week or upcoming week, feel free to drop a comment below and let's talk about it. Thanks a lot for watching.